What if you didn't have to use a panel wipe or an isopropyl alcohol wipe down each time you apply a coating? Wouldn't that make life easier? What's up guys, my name is Phil, welcome back to Miranda Detailing. So in today's video we're going to be testing out some products. I actually just picked up the Turtle Wax Max Power Car Wash. I've been seeing a lot of good reviews about this product. It's pretty interesting because depending on the ratio that you mix this shampoo, you can get moderate to extreme cleaning power by adding a few more ounces to your solution. So we're going to see how this stuff foams up, how it cleans, all of that good stuff. Stay tuned. Now we're going to be washing our parents' Avalon. It's the Sage Green Toyota Avalon. Same year as our black Avalon here. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to pull the Avalon into the driveway, get everything set up, and then we're going to begin washing. And we're also going to be testing out a few different things on the hood of the Avalon and trying out some new products. Guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. And if you're interested in any of the products that you see us using, check out the links down below. They'll go to Amazon or Car Supplies Warehouse or anywhere else where we're finding these products. So let's get started. This electric pressure washer does not put out enough pressure. I'm going to grab the gas one. Alright, now let's see what I can do. Okay, here's what we did. I added about 8 more, maybe 10 more ounces in here. That's what it needed. For a foam cannon, you can't just rely on the 5-gallon bucket dilution ratio. You have to bump it up, I don't know, 3 to 4 times or more. So that makes sense because you're still going to be getting many vehicles out of this. Even if you bump it up to 8 to 10 ounces, you can still get about 4 vehicles or maybe more, maybe up to 5 vehicles. Just basic washing, nothing crazy, foaming it up like this, and that's still 2 ounces per vehicle. That's not bad at all. So let's see how it feels on the paint. I'm not going to rinse it off. That's not usually my wash technique. If it's yours, fine, go ahead, but that's not mine. I'm going to get right to washing. Feels nice and slick. Feels good. I got a brand new clay mitt. I am going to clay mitt the hood. Yep, it provides enough slickness. Feels nice. Now I know I started on the paint first and not the wheels. Oh no. I'm going to hit the wheels now. I'm going to use just an all-purpose cleaner. I have P&S all-purpose cleaner in here, 4-to-1. For heavier duty cleaning, you can use a heavier degreaser. So I have the Renegade degreaser in this Marilex foamer, and it works well also. So maybe I'll just use both just because. And this can go on paint, wheels, plastic, it doesn't matter. I diluted it 4-to-1 in here, so it's pretty strong. And I did foam up the wheel bucket with the turtle wax soap, so that is in here also. So plenty of lubrication, plenty of cleaning power, and granted these wheels are not bad at all, so not too concerned. Mostly just lubrication and getting the grime off the wheels. It's light dirt. It's not bad at all. So now the wheel is clean, I'm going to protect all the wheels with Sonax spray and seal, and it'll just add some extra beading, some extra protection, make them easier to clean next time. That is really nice. Yep. I'm gonna try out some new stuff. So the car is pulled in, it's dried. Now let's work on the hood. We're gonna try something. We're gonna experiment a little bit because I'm kind of into this philosophy of no IPAs. I hate panel wipes. I hate using isopropyl alcohol after you polish the vehicle and it's looking perfect. Especially for dark colored vehicles. Mostly for dark colored vehicles. Like black soft paint, then you run into problems because the paint swells because of the isopropyl alcohol, or even the panel wipe, whatever you're using, it's going to have some sort of natural alcohols, and that swells the paint a little bit, and your towel tends to mar it. That's just what I've found. May not be the case with you, I don't know why, but it is with me. So I've tried to work my way around that. So here's what we're doing. You've seen other videos where we use CarPro Essence and Geon Primer. Those are dedicated primer polishes that work extremely well. They're basically like SiO2 all-in-ones. And once they cure, after 24 hours, once they cure, you can go right over them with the coating without an IPA. And I've seen them last. I've seen them work like that. So I know some of you are going to think, no, the whole, chemistry behind it, blah, blah, blah. It works. I've seen it. I've experienced it. So I think that just eliminates the risk altogether. Now I also know that some of you will agree with me because you've probably worked on dark colored vehicles, black paint, you finish polished it, it looks perfect, you do an IPA wipe down, and then all of a sudden some of these light fine lines appear on the paint from your towel. And no matter what towel you use, it still happens. And again, that's because the paint is swelling, it becomes softer at that point, and your towel can mar it. That also depends on temperatures and things like that, and the type of paint. But that's what I've been running into. So, using CarPro Essence and Geon Primer are great because you can just wait 24 hours and coat right over it. Or, the other option is if you're pressed for time, you could wait about 4 hours and do a very light IPA. Like, just spritz on the towel and barely go over the surface. And that is supposed to pick up any of the oils but leave behind the SiO2 foundation or the other particles that are already bonded to the paint at that point. So that's the idea behind it. Can you test that? Well, I don't know. I don't think so. How can you test that? The only thing that you can do is experiment, try it out for yourself, and then see the results months or years down the road. So we have seen that. We've done many, many vehicles that way using both CarPro Essence and C-Quartz and Geon Primer and the Synchro Kit, Mo's and Skin. And at the year mark, they look incredible. So I'm thinking they're going to go probably for another year or maybe more, because also we're maintaining them, and that's key. Maintenance is key. I'm going to stress that more and more in our videos. Maintenance is key. It's not just about durability. Coatings, you're going to get the best durability. Waxes, sealants, it's going to be kind of hit and miss because of the elements, where you live in the country, the weather, and how you wash it. Even the best waxes and sealants can be gone within a few weeks if trees and leaves and, well, not trees falling on your car, that would be a whole other thing, but leaves and sap and all that junk, road grime, the winters, it can strip your protection pretty easily. And it also depends on how you prep the paint. So with all of that said, we're going to be using a product from Extreme Solutions. Now, we've talked with Aaron from Extreme Solutions. By the way, their customer service is top notch. They are real people. They will talk to you. You can ask them all sorts of different questions, and they'll answer your questions. And their products are impressive. So here's what we're going to use. This is one of their new products. They're Finale. So this is LVR. They're all like LVR, a number code 496 Finale. So this is a soft paint finishing polish. With this, you can wipe it right off and apply the coating right away, because there's nothing left behind. We're going to test that out. We're going to see how that actually works. We're going to coat it today. What we're going to do is split the hood in half, polish both sides with the polish, and we're going to coat the entire hood. But what we're going to do is leave this on one side with no IPA Wipedown, and the other side an IPA Wipedown, a panel wipe. Not too concerned about this paint because it's a lighter color and it's more forgiving. You're not going to really see any, light marring. I don't really think it's that soft of paint anyway. My vehicle, my Avalon, was repainted, so the paint is kind of garbage on it, unfortunately. Two other products from Extreme Solutions, and really you can get away with just one, but the LVR 403 and 404. Now, both of these have acrylic in them, so they cure after 24 hours, and then they basically kind of become like a second layer that bonds to the paint, and then you can put a coating right on top of it. So again, no IPA Wipedown, but you gotta wait 24 hours. Now, some people may say, how long is that resin going to last? Because if the coating is bonding to the resin, if the resin doesn't last as long, then the coating isn't either, because they will all bond together and they will erode or deplete at the same rate. So it's not like the coating will go first and then the resin. They all bond to each other on a chemical level. So they're all going to, again, kind of go away at the same time or deplete at the same time. That was just my idea behind it. So that's why we're going to be testing things throughout the next couple of months and years using these products. But again, you can just do an IPA Wipedown and it's fine. But these also, you will notice that they say glaze on them. This is the Helios glaze and the foam pad polishing glaze. They're essentially the same thing. One is for darker vehicles, one is for lighter vehicles. I don't really see the difference in using one product on either color paint. I would probably just go with this product because I've used them both and they both work the same and they both wipe off the same. So easy to use. These are beautiful products to use. I would probably just go with this one if you want, but if you do have a dark colored vehicle and you want to try it out, it doesn't matter. They're affordable products. They work so well. You'll love them. Now the cool thing with these also, because they are glazes, people are going to think, oh, it just fills in and it washes away. No, it's not the same type of glaze that body shops and dealerships use. It's not the cheaper junk that they use. It is an acrylic resin. They are strong bonding type of fillers, light fillers. These can remove up to 3,000 grit sanding marks. Same with the soft paint polish that we're going to use today, the finale. So if you use a heavier cutting pad, they're pad dependent, they will remove defects because the pad is doing more of the cutting action for you, and this acts as the lubricant. So these can do very minor correction work, more like paint enhancement. That's what I use these for, and as a prep for waxes and sealants. You can go right over these with any wax or sealant. That doesn't matter. When it comes to a true coating that has heavier solvents in them, that will affect the resins in here and they won't bond properly at all. Except, you know, you have to wait 24 hours, let everything cure, and then you can go over it with any coating, anything that you want, any type of protection, and you'll get the durability, hopefully, that you want. So that's still in testing, so we'll see how that works. But I'm really excited to try the finale. So let's tape the hood down the middle. I am going to panel wipe the entire thing just to start fresh base, and then go from there. Oh, and we also have some new colors for the detailer's cord snaps. So if you're familiar with these little guys, these are used to make sure that your polishing cord stays over your shoulder and behind your back. It's just a common problem for most guys, especially mobile detailers, when they're using a polisher that is corded. So if you're using a DA polisher to polish or apply waxes and sealants, you're flying around the vehicle and sometimes that cord can go off your shoulder and it potentially could hit the paint, and that could just cause some problems. So if that does annoy you, then the cord snaps are going to be your saving grace. These things are pretty cool. Let me show you just quickly how they work, and I'll show you a bunch of the new colors that I have here. So they go like this. They have little alligator teeth like this. They clip on the top of your shirt like so, and you have the loop here, which you can change the diameter of the loop because it's just 2 Velcro strips. You put the polisher cord through there. You un-Velcro it, of course, put the polisher cord through there, and you can keep this on your polisher extension cord. Then you can use another one on your belt. I actually have it connected to my audio device that I use for recording here in my pocket, but you get the idea. So you can put this behind your back and run the cord again through there. That way the cord goes over your shoulder, behind your back, and stays there. So for you mobile detailers that are annoyed with the cord slipping off your shoulder all the time like I was, then this solves that problem. So it comes in a pack of 2, they're 20 bucks. I have links down below if you want to grab those. So unfortunately we can only ship within the US. I tried looking up prices to ship them around the world, and it's just so expensive. I'm just a little guy. I don't have the resources to do that. So US only. If you have friends or family in the US and you're in different parts of the world, you can ship it to somewhere else in the US and then, I don't know, pick it up from there. I know. It's kind of an annoying thing, but we're going to work out some sort of way of shipping these internationally if we can. But are you ready? 3 new colors. So the first one, blue. Blue Velcro. I like this one. This is one of my favorites. I love this color. Then we have the orange. So kind of like a cool high-vis orange. And then we have bright red. So 3 new colors. I can get more. I can actually get a green, a purple, a gray, a bunch of different colors. There's like maybe 20 different colors that I can get. So I guess if you want a custom color, let me know. But I do have to order this Velcro in big packs, big rolls. I bought these colors and I can make these per your request. So let me know. I have the 4 different color options in the link below when you go online to buy them. So they don't cost more, the same price, 20 bucks plus $3 shipping. And you can buy as many as you want. They're so light that even if you buy up to 10, I'll keep the shipping at 3 bucks because they are so light. It really doesn't cost that much more. Maybe it might cost me a few more dollars to ship them to you if you buy them in a larger bulk. But that's about it. It's not too bad. So yeah, check them out if they are something that you want. If not, then who cares? I'm going to use Gion Prep just so we can have a fighting chance here, just to make sure. I know, because people will say, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Yeah, really? Some of it is so minimal that it really doesn't make a difference, but... I'm going to grab my cordless polisher, orange Lake Country pad, and let's polish the entire thing. I'll go section by section. That's all you need. I'll do large sections. cut it up into quarters. Oh wow. Okay, so this is interesting. I can feel that the paint is not slick. It's actually kind of grabby, which indicates that the paint is clean. There's nothing on the paint. That's pretty interesting. So I'm using a light touch. I'm not putting pressure. I'm not wiping off crazy. Be really gentle when you're dealing with soft, delicate paint. So here's the result. Nice and clear. Now check this out. That haziness and even some of the light swirls are gone. Huh. That's impressive. That's just a few passes. I would definitely consider that paint enhancement quality. From this to that. That's awesome. So it did a great job. Now, so again, gentle wipe off, no hazing, no smearing. That's nice. Now the wipe off is not as good as the Helios and the foam pad polish. These wipe off easier, but they're leaving something behind as well. So that's the difference. This is not leaving anything behind, or it shouldn't be. So that's the difference behind that. But so far, I'm impressed with the polishing abilities. That's really nice. All right, let's continue. Let's get these all polished out, and then we'll go on to the next portion. I'm not using a lot at all. Like, that's it. I'm not going to prime the pad. I'm not into priming pads. I don't see the reason to do that. I have not experienced any benefits to do that, except it uses up more product. I think it wastes it. And after doing some research, found out, that method was used for a certain type of polish, the M105 and M205. So those polishes might work better that way, but now newer polishes don't really need that at all. So I haven't found it to be a benefit. So don't waste product if you don't need to. Don't just stick by that adage alone. Experiment and go outside the boundaries a little bit and see what you can accomplish. So that's what we found. Another thing of note, which I will create a separate video for. There we go, that's better. You just see this, it's kind of weird. So another thing that I'm going to mention is when I say work it like a compound, I had a couple of questions about that. To work an all-in-one or polish like a compound. This is what I mean. Watch what I do. And I know I got a lot of goofy comments about my polishing technique. It's my technique. It's the way that I do it, and I get the results that I want. Actually much quicker than some people. That's just my technique. I've been doing it for years. So watch how I work this stuff. Notice the speeds. I'll go faster, I'll go slower. It all depends. And I can see right through the polish, so I can see what it's doing as well, which is another cool benefit to it. So watch closely. I'm going to spread out the product quicker, and then notice the speed that I go. This is what I mean by working it like a compound. You don't have to put pressure, but just go slow like this. So that's what I call like a control pass or a focused pass. You go slower, really slow on that pass. And then the other passes can be subsequently faster because you've already done your focus pass. You can see right through the polish or the compound. For compound, you can go that speed, put a little bit of pressure, depending on the panels that you're working on and the defects, and you get maximum control and maximum results out of that. You're working that compound, making the pad do the work, making the compound do the work. So that's what we call our controlled or focused pass. That term actually also came from Gabe Fletcher from Total Detailing. We were talking about that, even how he says to choke up on the polisher like this. I do that a lot, not even thinking about it. And he's like, yeah, when you do that, you have better balance of the machine. You're not having your hand all the way down here or here, which is fine because you can, control the tilt. But when you're doing a focus pass, you can choke up on the polisher like this, or hold it, closer to the base or to the head, and put your hand here. You're gonna get maximum control when you do that. So trigger lock it and then do that. You're gonna see us do that throughout our videos if you haven't already. So this is looking good. I'm not gonna go back over it because it pretty much got what I want out. It looks great. So again, no pressure on the towel. I'm just wiping it over the surface gently. Now I'm going to leave this tape here as a control. I know that's probably going to annoy people. It's going to annoy me because you're going to have this like line that has swirls in it and has no protection on it. Oh well, it's okay. So go back over it with a light, just to make sure. Make sure there's no smearing. Make sure it's nice and clean. This is looking great. So let's do this. We're going to leave the polish on this side. We're going to IPA passenger side. So we'll keep track of that. And I'm going to do a light IPA. I'm not going to do a crazy heavy one. I'm going to do the same amount that I would if I were truly coating a customer's vehicle. A mist on the towel, like that. And very gentle. Just enough to see it flash. And really that's all you need. We're working with polishing oils, not waxes or sealants. Remember, the washing stage and the polishing itself is removing waxes and sealants. So that's not what this is intended for. This is intended to get polishing oils off, which are very, very easy, very light. They're not heavy oils that stay on the paint forever. They eventually do flash off anyway, but this will remove those oils quicker, right away. Now that didn't leave any marring because, this paint is actually pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's soft, it's not hard, it's medium. So good. That feels good. This definitely feels different. It's interesting. That, I just smudged it a little bit. So we're leaving that side. We're going to coat both sides now. So we're going to use G-Technic EXO V4. Nope, this is actually V3. Maybe I should upgrade that. That's okay. I have a little bit of this coating left. I'm going to use this coating because I know it's actually really durable. I've seen this coating in particular go up to 2 years on a vehicle that was well maintained, that we maintained. One layer, that's it. It was prepped properly and we applied this and it lasted up to 2 years. That's pretty impressive. The V4, I'm sure, lasts just as long, if not longer, and it's great stuff. But I have some of this stuff left, so that's what I'm going to use is this. It's a great test, I believe, because it is very hydrophobic and it's very durable. So let's try this out. So I have a clean towel here. I'm going to do, again, cut it in quarters, and my favorite application method is just on a foam, a microfiber applicator. And I know some like those coating saver ones, yeah, that's up to you. I've used both, and I haven't seen a difference, but that's just me. Maybe it's my way of applying it. I haven't really seen a difference. I have plenty of lights in here so I can see exactly where the coating is going. I have maximum control over the coating. Cross hatch it just to make sure you have full coverage. It's not absolutely necessary, but it just means you have full coverage. And the temperatures are slightly cooler, so I'm going to allow it to sit on here a little bit longer. Maybe about a minute or so, and then I'll wipe it off. Okay, so this is actually starting to separate. It's interesting, it actually stays wet. It doesn't just flash off or rainbow like many other coatings do. Each coating is slightly different, but pretty much same application. All right, let's go with this. Oh, that just levels off so easy. Yep, simple. That is really nice stuff. So let's do that over the entire panel. I'm gonna leave the tape on. I'm gonna apply it over here, and as that's drying, I'll apply it over here, and I'll just keep doing that because I'm just doing the hood anyway. As long as you're keeping track of things and you're systematic about it, you shouldn't run into any problems. No high spots or anything. Have plenty of lights and go section by section. Be extremely methodical and hyper vigilant about it, and you'll be fine. People run into problems when they go crazy and they're not keeping track of things. So if you're into detailing, that's what you should be doing anyway. Be very focused on what you're doing. Plenty of lights, plenty of towels. You'll be absolutely fine. It's not difficult to apply the coating at all. So this is about there. Again, just double check with lights, just to make sure. Sometimes it leaves a little bit of smearing. It's not really a high spot. It's just a little bit of the residual oils that have not flashed away, you know, the carrier fluids. One other thing to remember, I cleaned the cap of this. When I opened it, be really careful. Open it away like over a sink. Clean the cap, clean the rim of this, and do the same thing before you close it. So you can see the line right there. We're going to keep it there. So guys, just to recap, we washed the vehicle using the Turtle Wax Max Power Car Wash. Now this stuff didn't foam up as much as I thought it would, but it's also because I didn't put as much in the foam cannon. If you add more to the foam cannon, probably 8 to 10 ounces, that's like, I don't know if it is that 1 to 3, 1 to 4 in the 32 ounce bottle, something like that. It's not as much as you think. When it comes out of the foam cannon, it's diluting it even more, and you can probably get about 4 vehicles or 5 vehicles per foam cannon per 32 ounces. So, you know, that may equate to 2 or 3 ounces per vehicle. That's not bad at all. This stuff is like $8 or less for a full gallon. That's crazy. That is so cheap. So it cleaned well. You know, that's kind of hard to judge as well because the vehicle was so clean. But it cleans well. It foams up nice. It smells great. I think it's a great purchase. Great buy for even mobile detailers. So if you are on a budget, or even if you're not, and you're not that much into all the other shampoos that are out there, you know, if it doesn't make that much of a difference to you, then just buy this. It works fine. Or you can buy whatever you want. This is just an option. So then we polished the entire hood. I IPA'd the entire hood, put the tape down the middle, polished it with the Extreme Solutions Finale, the 496 Finale, soft paint finishing polish. Really interesting stuff. Remember, when you're wiping off any residue with your towels on black, finicky paint, when you're dealing with that, tread lightly. Go very carefully in wiping the product off, like you remove the product in layers. That way you're not inducing any marring, you're being extremely gentle. At least that's what I do, and it comes out great, especially on black gloss pillars like this. In fact, let's test that out. Let's use it on this and see how well it works. Let's get the lights going. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but I just saw it now, and let's try it on here and see how well it works. So we'll do that in just a moment. But then we IPA'd, used the Geon Prep as a panel wipe, which this stuff is really nice. And it is a lot more gentle than most panel wipes out there. Geon Prep, CarPro Racer, and the Epic Final Prep Wipe, I've used that stuff too, and that works really, really well. So those are more gentle. I've used the G-Technic panel wipe, so strong. I found that one to be much too strong. Oh, hi.
Hi.
All right, bye. Have fun. So after wiping down this side, we left the finale polish on this side. So then we applied the EXO V3 on both sides. So we'll see in the coming weeks and months how well that does. Perhaps on the next weekend wash, we'll see how this stuff performs. But right now, let's polish these out. So same pad, same polisher. I'm not going to even switch down to the 3-inch. I'm going to just use this because I found this also to just work fine on pillars like this. So again, you noticed a slow focus pass, and then I was going a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and that's completely fine to do. Once you understand polishing, you'll develop your own technique. Don't just go by what you see all the time. If you're learning, sure, do the traditional cross-hatching and all of that, but get past that eventually because you're going to create your own technique. Every vehicle is different, paints are different. You're going to need different techniques, different ways of attacking the paint. So really, really gentle on this. Again, no pressure. It's like removing it in layers. That's amazing. I just changed the temperature. Sometimes you can see more. Wow. So that was a simple like paint enhancement, polish. And I'm not shooting for like full paint correction. Don't worry about, some of these deeper things, because these B pillars you got to be careful with. You don't want to correct them so much and leave barely any paint on them. I could go a little bit further, but you saw how simple that pass was. Look how much it cleared it up. No smearing, no marring. I'm going to switch over to temperature again. Wow. Okay. So, I have to say, I am blown away by Finale. Now, that's soft paint. B-pillars are always soft. Imagine that over the entire vehicle. I'll definitely use this stuff. It reminds me of Sonak's Perfect Finish. This also is good for soft paints, but this may leave a little bit of oils behind, and it may or may not. It says it doesn't. It says it doesn't leave any fillers or oils or anything left behind, but then everybody says follow up with an IPA. That's kind of the standard for applying coatings, is IPA wipe, just to do this, just to remove the oils, I understand that, but I want to get away from that. I'm really trying to get away from that. I want polishes that leave nothing behind. And I know the technology out there may differ because you might need polishing oils to be able to have longer working cycles and so on. I understand that. However, if coating companies especially, CarPro and Geon already have it there. If they could develop their Essence and their Geon Primer to work immediately, so you can put a coating right over it. Just get a pure polish with no fillers, no oils left over, nothing on the paint. Pure, clean. Once you wipe off, you're ready for a coating. Skip the IPA. That would be amazing. Why don't more companies do that? You know, alcohol right now is kind of hard to find. It's hard to come by. Why do we have to do that? I think it's annoying, and I understand, I know, you want bare, clean paint, but why can't you achieve that with a polish? They can develop that technology. I'm sure they can, and I believe Extreme Solutions is one of those that has done that. I hope. So we'll try that out. I'm going to put some other type of protection on here because I already threw my little applicator in the slop sink back there, the utility sink, and got it all wet with APC. I do that. I don't throw them away. There's no need to. I just degrade them to something else other than the paint. Let's apply some other type of protection on here. I hope other companies catch on. I really hope G-Technic can come out with a polish that leaves nothing on the paint, just a final prep polish that leaves absolutely nothing. Clean, bare paint, ready for coating, so you can skip the IPA. I don't know why nobody has done this yet. What if you didn't have to use a panel wipe or an isopropyl alcohol wipe down each time you apply a coating? Wouldn't that make life easier? So that's my take on it. Anyway, so we're going to see how this stuff does on the hood of the Avalon, and if it is a winner, then that is what I will be using for pretty much all of my coatings. Then might as well. We'll speed things up. So we'll see. So I'm going to use this sealant, LVR 358 Guardian. This is supposed to be a really strong, again, resin, acrylic resin based sealant. I think it's acrylic. It says this is resin. Yep, it is. Reinforced acrylic formula. So it's a cream sealant. We've used it on mobile jobs. Works really well in the sunlight. Oh, I probably put way too much on there. Yep, I probably put much too much, but that's okay. I guess I do that too. It's funny. I say the same thing. That's okay. I say that in so many of my videos. Oh, I did this. It's okay. It came from that YouTube thing. You know, the YouTube channel that you were following, the Portuguese boys? Where the mom was like, that's okay. Like, that's where that came from. And then mom says it all the time, so we started saying it, and that's funny. Wow, that is slick stuff. So guys, that's it. Check out the B-pillars. That is insane. So keep an eye on that as well. So guys, that's going to do it for the video. We're going to keep an eye on the hood. We're going to, of course, be including the vehicle in the weekend washes. That way you can keep an eye on it, or we'll keep an eye on it together, and see how both sides perform. So if this can do what they say it can do, and use it like a prep polish, like a primer polish, not really a primer, but like a prep polish, a finishing polish on soft paint, leaving nothing behind and coating right over it, that can be a game changer. And I encourage coating companies like G-Technic and many other ones. Dr. Beasley's already has that technology out, so it is there. Those polishes I find a little finicky to use, the NSP polishes and the NSP Z1. They're a little finicky to wipe off. I hope they can improve on that formula a little bit more. I find it to be a little annoying to wipe off. And I don't know if you can use a damp towel with it or not. I think you can, but again, I don't want that to compromise anything. They need to make polishes that wipe off easily, no effort whatsoever. So if they can achieve that and then go right to coating, that would be a huge game changer. So we'll see how this stuff does. We'll also keep an eye on the pillars. They polished out incredible. I mean, just for a polish alone, even if you want to do an IPA wipe down and you're used to that and you don't have any problems, then fine. But at least try this for soft black paint. Again, if you already have your solution, let me know down below. What do you use for soft black paint where you're having issues with wiping off? No matter what towel you use, you can use the fluffiest, plushest towel out there. And sometimes those don't wipe off that well anyway. So what do you use? What's your go-to for soft, finicky black paint? Is it the Sonax Perfect Finish? Because I've used that too and it does a good job. Does that leave any type of residual oils that are heavy enough that you have to use a panel wipe or an IPA? Which then, again, leads to the problematic situation of the paint swelling and leaving minor marks on the paint from the wipe-off process. So when dealing with black paint, those are some of the things that you have to think about. And the Guardian as well. We've been using this in our mobile jobs and it performs really well. I don't know about the durability of it quite yet. I haven't seen vehicles long enough to see with this stuff, but we'll keep an eye on the pillars because those get the most action. People touch them all the time, and we'll see how long they can stay nice and clear like that and beating and stay protected. So guys, Extreme Solutions comes out with some amazing products. I'm using them more and more because they just deliver. So guys, if you do want to get your hands on any of the Extreme Solutions products, check out the links below. You can just go right to their website and they have a bunch of stuff, including their Jersey Devil and their new topper, which is pretty awesome stuff. So if you're enjoying the videos, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.